What's cracking? Salute to everybody out there. Hit the like button. We are in the building. Live and direct. Live and direct. Live and direct. Arc Nation in the building. Black Columbo at your service. Salute. Everybody hit that like button as you come in. Last night was a great show. Great show last night. Today, hey, not Jimmy Stewart was cracking. Far from handsome. To do some push-ups to stay awake? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, man. Stay away from white crime. Let's stay away from white crime. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We are here, man. Live and direct. Live and direct. Let's see what's going on here.
At 10 o'clock, brazen armed bandits target a man in broad daylight walking on the street in West Hollywood.
Multiple surveillance cameras capturing the crooks forcing the victim to the ground, taking his jewelry before speeding off. This morning, KTLA's Jacqueline Sarkeesian is live in West Hollywood, where the search is on for those suspects. And Jacqueline, I know you're talking to people in that neighborhood there this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to both of you. Yes, the sheriff.
Sarkeesian is a Armenian name. So she's Armenian.
Sheriff's Department with deputies just arrived here on scene. I was trying to get some information out of them, but they have nothing new to report and to update us. But you guys, we do have that poor victim who was robbed yesterday at gunpoint joining us right now. His name is Abram. So just first and foremost, how are you doing? I mean, we've seen the video. It is crazy. It is wild. And it happened during broad daylight.
Yeah, I mean, it was as bright as today. It was shocking. It still hasn't hit me. I think I'm still in shock, but I'm okay, and that's all that matters. You know, they got jewelry, and I'm safe. That's all that matters. I have no words, but that.
So walk us through what happened. We have some video showing us. Surveillance video captured the entire incident. So you're just walk us through what was happening and when it all started.
Yeah, I parked the car and I got out of the car, and within moments, I heard something behind me, and I turned around and I just saw someone pointing a gun at me, and they were just saying, "Give me your things, give me your things." And I assume they didn't know what I had because they were asking for anything specific. I threw my phone and keys and kind of fell backwards, and as they pushed me down, and they were just feeling my body, asking me for things, and kind of taking things, and so I just kind of told them that was it. I gave them everything, and that was pretty much it.
They grabbed your stuff and then they drove off.
Yeah, ripped my necklace off, ripped my neck bracelets off, took my wedding ring, and my watch. Yeah. So.
Are you comfortable telling us the estimated value of all that, because we weren't sure exactly how much they took?
All in value is probably around just shy of $12,000. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think I was targeted because nothing that I had was really visible. So I think it was just something random.
You think they just saw you on the street, they took advantage of the opportunity, you being by yourself, and decided to?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Now walk us through when you saw guns pointed at you. I mean, that had to be terrifying.
Yeah, I couldn't even, honestly, it was not even real. And it happened so quickly that there was a gentleman who was there, kind of shocked as well, and he just kept asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was just walking in circles. I didn't have my phone either because they had taken my phone. And then realizing afterwards they did drop my phone, and I had my phone. I luckily was sitting on my wallet, so they weren't able to get that. So I had my wallet, thankfully, and they left my phone. So, yeah, I was walking in circles, kind of like not even. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, it's going to take you time to process what happened.
I'm still in shock a little bit.
And you were telling me you're visiting. You don't even live here.
I'm visiting from San Francisco, visiting my friend, and I just moved the car from one spot to another and got out and was walking back to his place. So, yeah, it happened. That's that's how fast it happened. Yeah.
Are you cutting your trip short because of what happened?
No. I'm gonna go probably out to lunch and just relax. And I can't let that stop me. So the day has to go, life has to go on, and I don't think it's luck, and my luck was not good yesterday.
And people were telling me, other residents here were saying, of course, a lot of people heard what happened, and then there's those that didn't hear. Some that didn't hear. I mean, just in general, everyone is shocked because something like this happened in this neighborhood. They say typically things like this don't happen here. What's your message for those who, live, not just live here, but other places too? I mean, your head has to be on a swivel, it seems.
It's hard because I've been sitting here thinking, like, what could I have done differently? What that? Should I have tried to fight back? But you can't do anything differently but live your life, unfortunately, and I don't want to make light of it, but it's random. Like, I didn't do anything that could have prevented it, or there's not anything I could have done to prevent it, and it's just what happened. And so I think just be vigilant, and I think if you see something, try, if not intervene, try to get information, photos, try to, call the police immediately. I think if anything, don't take anything lightly, even if it's, something that you don't think it is, call the police, I think.
Now, Abram, before we send it back quickly, what have authorities told you? Any updates on the suspects?
There are no updates. They did yesterday say that they think it's the same group of people that it's happened in this neighborhood recently. Okay. So that's the only thing that I've been told. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I can only imagine what you're feeling, what you're going through, and we're really happy to know that you're okay. As you just heard Abram mention, investigation still ongoing, and sheriff's deputies have no update for us in terms of the suspects. We'll send back to you guys in the studio.
Thug.
Salute to my man. Salute to my man. Anthony Madison from Australia, man. Let's see what's going on in Australia right quick, man. Everyone hit the like button. Everyone take the pledge, support the channel. We're going in.
Are on the run after a terrifying machete melee at a shopping centre in the city's north. The violence broke out around the corner from one of the government's new amnesty bins. Crime reporter Gillian Lantouris.
Friday night at the shops takes a terrifying turn. Machetes swinging, families run.
I am Ignacio Montore. You killed my father. What's that joint? What's his name? From The Princess Bride. I am Ignacio Montoya. You killed my father.
A terrifying turn. Machetes swinging, families running as rival gangs clash at Broadmeadows Central.
We've seen the two kids just out of nowhere, they started arguing, and then bang, they just pulled out the machetes.
Staff members ushered customers into stores and closed their shutters, while chairs were thrown and jewellery displays ruined.
It's like a movie. Like Gladiator?
Anyone could have got hurt, and there was children around, they were scared.
One elderly woman reportedly collapsed from shock as the two groups clashed.
Oh my God!
The fight began in the car park before spilling into the centre around 7:30. The groups escaped in a silver Honda and a white Mazda before police arrived. It's yet another terrifying incident with locals on edge.
The last time that they had an attack, it was school holidays. So, yeah, it's very, very scary. But, you just walk down the street and there's a machete attack in front of you. It's a bit scary.
Management says we do not tolerate criminal or antisocial behaviour in our centres and are committed to supporting Victoria Police in their investigation. This machete bin is just a 500-metre walk from the shopping centre. This latest attack has brought into...
machete bin. Amnesty safe disposal of your machetes. Jeez. These people are crazy, man. You white people are crazy.
Bin is just a 500-metre walk from the shopping centre. This latest attack has brought into question whether the government's amnesty is really working.
Do we have to see someone die in a shopping centre to ensure that we can get the policies and the legislative changes we need to keep Victorians safe?
Gillian Lantouris, 9 News.
It's the same suspects. The same suspects. The usual suspects. Jeez. Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smiggity smash it. Yeah, those are Australians. Those are Aussies, mate. You didn't know that those is Aussies, mate? Yeah, those are Aussies, mate. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Crocodile Dundee, man. He rolling over in his grave right now, man. R.I.P. to Diane Keaton, man. R.I.P. to Diane Keaton. Okay? R.I.P. to Diane Keaton.
Begin this hour with breaking news from Sydney southwest. A manhunt is underway for a group of masked men who stormed a home armed with a double-barrel shotgun and multiple machetes.
Terrifying stuff. 2 men were assaulted during the attack as police searched nearby suburbs for the suspects. So let's go live now to Today Sydney reporter Jack Hahn at the scene in Rosemeadow. Jack, good morning to you. What do we know about the victims?
Yeah, good morning to you, Sarah and Carl. Well, we know this would have been a scary situation for them. There were 6 people inside this family home in Rosemeadow this morning, including 4 women aged in their 20s that saw all of this unfold. It was about 1:30 when suddenly a group of masked men armed with a shotgun and multiple machetes stormed in, allegedly attacking 2 men inside, a 53-year-old and a 19-year-old. They both had to be stabilised by ambulance paramedics here on the scene and taken to Campbelltown Hospital, where this morning they are listed as being in a stable condition. The armed intruders then left the property and took off towards Lear Place and Appin Road. Locals will know that that's the major arterial road that connects up to Campbelltown here in Sydney's southwest. That's the last known sight of the suspects. They are on the run this morning. Carl and Sarah will leave you with a little bit of a live look here at the scene this morning. You can see that we still have Campbelltown cops here for 2 reasons. Firstly, this is a crime scene, but secondly, and perhaps more importantly, they're here of peace of mind for the people that are still inside this home this morning after a targeted home invasion in Rosemeadow. Team.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, man. A lot going on here, man. I don't want to it's rough out there in Australia, man. It's rough, man. They got it rough.
Good evening. 5 underage teenagers have been charged over the stabbing attack of a father and son outside Crown Casino.
The alleged offenders ran from the scene in Southbank before police stepped in as Melbourne's knife crime rages on.
Young boys cuffed and taken into custody. The gang of 5 accused of stabbing a father and son outside Crown Casino.
We woke up at 2 a.m. to just sirens going crazy. We thought, it would be a fight or brawl or, knife attack or something. So we're lucky we were safe up in the rooms.
Police say the alleged victims were walking with family along Southbank Promenade when the gang of youths bumped into them. An argument broke out and one of the teens pulled out a knife. The youths attacked, bashing the pair. The 23-year-old son, slashed and bleeding, was taken to hospital.
That just frightens the daylights out of me, yeah.
A 17, 16 and 2 14-year-olds are facing charges but are already back out on the streets.
There has to be stricter laws like they're getting slaps on the wrist.
7 News spoke to 3 teenage boys when they returned to the scene after being released from custody. They claim the violence escalated after one of their female friends was injured during the brawl. One admitted to throwing several punches after one of the victims was knocked to the ground.
I just want to know why is it only teenagers that's doing it, to be honest. It's quite sad. I don't understand why we can't just have peace and love.
A 15-year-old Broadmeadows boy accused of the stabbing.
All right.
Begin this hour with breaking news.
That's enough for Australia, man. That's enough for Australia. Australia.
Well, we begin this morning with that breaking news that Hollywood icon Diane Keaton has...
R.I.P. Diane Keaton. Let's get to what's going on here, man.
A shooting last night left 4 people dead and at least 20 more injured. It happened at a bar on St. Helena Island. Now, deputies have not announced any arrests in the case. Our Josie Frost has been in the Lowcountry all day following the story. She joins us now from outside the bar. Josie, what are you learning?
Janae, I'm here at Willie's Bar and Grill, and deputies say there were hundreds of people gathered here late last night and early this morning. Now, I got a chance to speak to the bar owner of this bar earlier today, and he tells me the shooting took place outside. Now, it happened around 1 a.m. early this morning. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office says when they arrived, there was a large crowd of people here, and they found several people shot, including some people that were shot critically. They say a large number of people were running for safety to some of the local businesses here on the street. Now, at least 4 victims died here at the scene, and at least 4 more were rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and others showed up at local hospitals on their own. Now, the owner says he was inside the bar when this happened, and again, the shooting took place here outside. He tells me one of those 4 people that died here was one of his security guards. He describes this incident as senseless.
It's a lot of hurt hearts, and you know, it's a community that's that took some losses, and definitely unfortunate events that occurred last night for sure. This is a dark day. It doesn't represent us, who we are. It doesn't speak to, you know, how we love each other, how we interact down here.
Now, right now, no arrests have been made, but deputies say they're investigating multiple persons of interest and they're collaborating with other law enforcement agencies. Janae?
Josie, has the owner had safety concerns in the past?
Janae, I spoke to him about that today. He said he's made a lot of...
I am not sleeping. I'm letting the video play. I haven't looked into this story yet. I'm letting the video play. Trust me, I'm not sleeping. Willie's. Everybody hit the like button. Welcome. Share the video on social media, man. I'll drop the link soon, too.
Strides over the last year to try and make this a safe place that people can come, spend time with their friends and their family. But he says that he does have concerns moving forward. He says he thinks this street here needs some better lighting to maybe make it safer. And he says he thinks there's
lighting on the outside of the club is going to make the club safer. When your constituency is a bunch of niggas, when your club caters to niggas, they can put that motherfucker on the sun, and it ain't gonna be enough lighting to prevent niggas from being niggas. Press 1. What are they talking about? Lighting.
But he says that he does have concerns moving forward. He says he thinks this street here needs some better lighting to maybe make it safer. And he says he thinks there should be a better police presence in this area. And some residents that I talked to today said they're shocked to hear something like this could happen. They say they've never considered this an unsafe place. Janae?
Josie, thank you for that report. Of course, she's live in Beaufort County. Now, officials are asking anyone with information to call TIPS BFT. We will continue to follow this story and provide updates both on air and online.
Now to get some community reaction. WJCL 22 News' Sabrina Lee is live at the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. Sabrina.
Yes, Greg, I am here outside the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. They are the primary agency investigating this shooting that happened on St. Helena Island. Now, I spoke with an area councilwoman who grew up on the island, and she says something needs to be done.
He said that there had been a shooting at Willie's and there were bodies laying everywhere and people had gotten into a chaotic mode and they were running.
Phyllis Smart is an Allendale County councilwoman. She also grew up on St. Helena. Her mother still lives there. She said she first heard about the shooting from her son, who was there.
But he was there, and he just kind of told me, he said, Mommy, he said, you know, people were everywhere, people were lying everywhere. He said it was a traumatic experience for him.
She says as a mother, it was difficult to process.
When I heard it and to know that he was that close to the situation, it allowed me to know as a mother that kind of takes your breath away a little bit.
Now, she says something needs to change.
It really triggers something in me that something has to be done. It is not just in Helena that is having shootings. You have shootings in Allendale. You have shootings in Greenville. It has now become a state problem, and we're going to have to try to figure out what does that look like, solving it.
She says even in spite of the events, the spirit and strength of the St. Helena community stays strong.
You cannot continuously allow fear and violence to stop you. And too many times we have a lot of good things happening in our community, but because of fear, because of the violence, and people don't want to be hurt, and I understand that, but you got to allow fear to know that it has no rule, it has no reign, it doesn't even have the right to be here. I tell people all the time, God didn't give us that spirit of fear, but he gave us the spirit of love.
And going forward, she has faith this community can heal and inspire change.
Now, I've been scrolling through social media, Facebook groups, the works throughout the day, and there is no doubt that this community is rallying together to support one another during this difficult time. Live in Beaufort County, Sabrina Lee, WJC.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you niggas are animals. I mean, straight up animals. You niggas are straight up animals. Look at all these. I mean, like, this is a record, man. This is like, what's that dude did in Las Vegas from the hotel window? It's like that, except it's like multiple shooters. This is crazy.
Tracking a mass shooting at Willie's Bar and Grill.
Look where it is. Surprise, surprise, guys. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, man. Yo. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. That is hilarious, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That is hilarious. Of course it was Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. Of course it was. Of course it was. Why would it be anything else? I hope they're being judged by the content of their character. The shooters, yeah, man. Shooter, we're not even going to judge you on with the crime. We're going to let you go for the crime, but we're going to judge you on the content of your character. We've ruled that you still deserve a life sentence, you know, fucking nigger. Press 1. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Take the challenge. Take the pledge. Damn.
On St. Helena Island, we now have images showing that scene overnight. You can see a large emergency response here. And here's what we know so far. We know that 4 people are dead, 4 are in critical condition, and at least 20 others have been injured. WJCL 22 News' Grace Rodriguez is live at Willie's Bar and Grill where the shooting happened early.
Yeah, there was some serious numbers, man. For a son man to kill 4. How many times have we seen a son man in this situation kill 1? Like shoot 20-something people and kill 1. We see him so we think that that's normal. No, man, you're supposed to kill more than 1 when you shoot 20 plus people. And the son man in Mississippi, he did that. And this son man here in South Carolina, he did that too. Salute to these 2 son men, man. People looking at the locks like, yo, what's going on? Yo, listen. Thank you, son man. Thank you, son man, for helping our numbers, man. Helping our numbers. White dudes go into church or they go into a school and they're gonna kill 6, 7, 8, 9 people, wound like 15. We go into a club, amusement park, Chuck E. Cheese, McDonald's, and we shoot 20 and only kill 1. These 2 mass shooters, the one in Mississippi and the one in South Carolina, they brought back honor and pride to black men, man. Honor and pride back to us, man. Pride back to us, man. Well, the white men that hung Trey, those people, yeah, it is funny that those people don't give a shit about what 8 people killed in Mississippi in one night. 8 people killed in one night. Fucking 20 people shot. They don't care about that. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. I can't wait till my website's done. My website is almost done, guys. And you guys will be able to watch the content there. You'll be able to see everything. My website is almost done. Oh my God. I can almost taste it. All the features on there too. Got a ton of features, man. I just thought of another feature I need to add. Salute to Manos, man. Manos is in the building. So mass shooting on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Early this morning, you've been out there nearly all day now, Grace. What can you tell us about what the scene looks like today?
Thank you, Lydia. And that's true. We've been here for a few hours now. We've seen, cups on the ground, things, personal belongings like eyeglasses, earrings on the ground. We've even seen some blood on the floor.
Any tumbleweave, any eyelashes, fake eyelashes. Huh? Any Air Force Ones? Because I know niggas love to run out of their Air Force Ones when they running from bullets. They run right about them Air Force Ones, man. Fake Louis Vuitton bags.
Or the shooting happened right here where I'm standing, just outside of the restaurant. Now, I've spoken to Willie's owner, Willie himself. This is what he had to say.
You know, the day. You know, I'm thankful for everybody who walked away. You know, I'm thankful for everybody.
Look at the emotion this guy's showing. There's not enough of this in black communities. Goddamn, 4 people got killed at your fucking establishment. 20 people got shot. And it's rare to see somebody show emotion, man. That's a lot of motherfuckers, man. And we're talking about the wounded. They said the ones that were wounded, critically wounded because of the caliber of these guns. These dudes are spraying like, you know what I'm saying, Dracos and ARs and shit. So the wounds are, even the people who survived, their wounds are insane. Their wounds are crazy. But this brother's showing emotion, man. I feel that, man. I feel that, bro. He the shop owner. He the club owner.
The day. You know, I'm thankful for everybody who walked away. You know, I'm thankful for everybody who's alive, who is safe. And you know, we just gotta come together and support each other at this time. I mean, it's kind of what makes or breaks community. You know, it's something that it's happened. It's horrible, but we got to find a way to make good of it. You know, to make it better than how we found it. And just got to find a way to work together and make tomorrow better. You know.
Wake up. Bitch sleeping with her eyes open. She thinks she's slick. I gotta learn how to do that. Press 1. Salute to my man Gil, man. Gil says support the channel. Everyone. That's right, man. They coming along, man. They coming along. They coming along. They coming along. Make sure y'all support the channel. Bitch, wake up. Wake your ass up, bitch.
Now, in these past few hours of just being here on this scene, we've seen people come in and out just to come pick up their cars. People who were here last night who left their cars when they fled the scene, coming to pick them up to get everything ready. Lydia, back to you.
And Grace, I'll ask you more about those people. We know a little bit more about it today, that it was an alumni event for a school. Tell us about who was there. And one of the reasons that the restaurant owner there got emotional is because he knew one of them, right?
Right. Yeah. One of those victims in this shooting was the bodyguard. Now that bodyguard was the owner's family friend who he had just spoken to a couple nights before the shooting took place.
Grace, thank you so much for that live report. We now want to go to WJCL 22 News' Sabrina Lee, who is live outside of Beaufort Memorial in our team coverage here. Sabrina, you've been in Beaufort Memorial many different times. This is a very different situation now. Tell us what it looks like. What do you know about those that are being treated there?
Yeah, Lydia, like you said, I was actually here at Beaufort Memorial just a few days ago doing your standard run-of-the-mill story. And I'm going to be honest, I've been parked across the street from Beaufort Memorial for several hours now. And the scene looks completely normal. And I'm actually going to ask my photographer if he could pan out a little bit so we can see a little bit more of that wide shot. It looks like general run-of-the-mill business as usual from the outside of Beaufort Memorial. Now, I do want to say, now we do know that 4 of those critically injured patients were taken from scene by Beaufort County Emergency Medical Services. And now what we do not know if they were actually taken here at Beaufort Memorial. I have been in contact with the hospital, and they have stated that they are not allowed to release any information or status or condition updates or confirm whether or not they received patients from this shooting on St. Helena without the full identification of the patient with their name. Lydia?
And yes, of course, hospitals can't speak specifically on individual cases here, but we know that some showed up because of that EMS after the shooting, but some actually came themselves. I mean, speak about, what that must have been like at the hospital.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. And the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office did put out in their press statement earlier today that, yes, those 4 critically injured patients were transported to a hospital by EMS, but patients continued to show up throughout the evening overnight to multiple area hospitals, possibly urgent cares, emergency centers, hospitals, clinics. We really don't know the extent of what this could be or the extent of their injuries at this time. And it's very possible that there are multiple people being treated from this for injuries related to this shooting beyond just those 4 critically injured patients. Lydia.
So much for that live support report, Sabrina. Of course, our hearts and prayers are with those 4 that are critically injured, and many other are flooding in, saying different things, releasing statements. Beaufort City Councilman York L. Grover, who represents District 3, he's speaking out following this shooting. He said in a statement, quote, "We cannot tolerate this kind of behavior in our community. I am calling for this business to be shut down immediately. This is in the heart of our community, and I will call on local law enforcement to do what is necessary to bring those responsible to justice." As for the
Yeah, we cannot tolerate this, man. We cannot tolerate this. I wonder what the hell they're going to do about it.
Yeah, Willie Terrell, Willieturrell.
Perfect. And you're the owner here of Willie's.
That's right.
Just tell me just the nuts and bolts of what happened last night.
So, I'm not sure everything that took place in terms of what exactly happened. The shooting occurred, but it occurred outside, and I was inside. But I mean, I could tell you from inside, I could hear what sounded like machine gun fire, and I could see the swarm of people coming in, and things happen so fast. Just bodies on the ground, people just trying to duck for cover. And going out and seeing people CPR being conducted on people in the parking lot. So I just know it was just a mayhem, a tragedy outside, and it's unreal. It's unreal, honestly.
Do you remember around what time that happened?
Yeah, so had to be around 1 o'clock. I know it was around 1 o'clock, 12:50ish. It was that time when you kind of hit the height of the nightlife. It's about an hour for closing. Everybody just wants to get in and get their last drink or make their last acquaintances. So yeah, about 1.
What was the event that happened?
Yeah, so it was a alumni party for Battle Creek tailgaters. So two folks, people from the Battle Creek community was throwing in. Of course, we had alumni parties all weekend. So we had Beaufort High Friday night, and this is Battle Creek.
And just how many people were here when it happened?
Oh man, it's so we don't have like a finite number. I mean, we were packed though. I mean, it was a packed event. I mean, the club was packed. The parking lot was packed. It was well attended. Of course, with the mayhem, we didn't have time to really get those final numbers from security about what our capacity was. But I just know it was full house.
And of those people killed, did you know any of them?
Yeah. So unfortunately, one of the security officers who passed away happens to be the son of my dad's best friend. So he came. We spoke the night before. So we spoke the night before, and so you know, it was close, real close to home. You know. Mm.
So on that night, you people got great. I'm so sorry for this.
Yeah.
Can you describe the atmosphere before everything happened?
Yeah. So prior to the gunshots, it was great. I mean, it was everything you would have wanted from an alumni party. I mean, people were smiling, people were dancing, people were having a fantastic time. We did a lot of renovations. People were just enjoying themselves. I mean, you could look around and just see like people were having a great time prior to, what took place, and it just was a complete, reversal. Well, it's just it was nice. It was a great time, man. I heard the shots. I was, I laid on the ground with everybody else. I have your coworkers and family members that the first thing is everybody okay, and I mean, yeah.
What were you doing if you remember what happened?
Yeah, so right before the shots fired out, I just brought, my staff and we have our own club security that helps maintain the bars, and I just brought them out. I mean, we get ready to end the night, we sat down and had to toast ourselves, just successful night, and that was it. Like, it's all downhill. Like, the work's done. Just ready, for everybody to get ready. Lights go on in 30 minutes. Things get ready, it's like the night's over. Like, we're ready to go home. So, yeah.
Do you notice anything like a buildup before that took place?
No. This one of the ones where, like, you just can't. I couldn't have called. I mean, there's been times when, like, we have conversations, get too testy, like, kill a bar early, let's turn the lights on, let's thin the crowd out, I mean, there's times that you see things, and just as a club owner, like, you just got to be, mindful of the crowd. You try to, respond and react. Maybe, this is one of those times when, like, as a small business owner, I'm usually getting a few security, and then me taking a, kind of a personal role of myself and securing the club. This is one of the times when, thought we had it fully handled. I mean, we had a full security staff. I mean, I don't think I've even ever. It might be the first time we had so many armed security, a professional company that came out. So, I mean, it's hard because it's just one of the times when, like, my eye wasn't, on the crowd as much as it would have been. So.
It's your baby. It's your baby. It's your business, yourself. And so I see your staff here, and we talked to your staff first, and they're holding up pretty good in that sense. They're supporting you, I can tell. How you guys are working together during this traumatic event?
I mean, that's what it's all about, I mean, at the end of the day. I'm thankful for everybody who walked away. I'm thankful for everybody who's alive, who is safe. And we just gotta come together and support each other at this time. I mean, it's kind of what makes or breaks community. It's something that it's happened. It's horrible, but we got to find a way to make good of it. To make it better than how we found it. And just got to find a way to work together and make tomorrow better. That these things don't happen.
So what are your plans at this point right
Probably too early to say. You know, I mean, my focus right now is just the families that's involved. You know, my staff, making sure that they're okay during this time. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard to call. It's really hard to call. I mean, who knows where to go at this point.
Wow. Salute to that brother, man. Salute to that brother. So this is 4 people dead in a bar shooting in South Carolina. At least 4 people have been killed in a mass shooting that took place at the bar in St. Helena, South Carolina. Deputies arrived on the scene at Willie's Bar and Grill, found several. This is the guy. So now we have suspects in 2 of the shootings. There's been a lot of shootings this weekend, but we have suspects in 2 of the shootings. So we got this guy. Goddamn. He says that's not the shooter. I hope he sues. He's not the shooter. How's he not the shooter? Wait a second. So let me see. This is Beaufort County. This is the official thing. Woody's Bar and Grill on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in St. Helena. Hundreds of people were at the location. Let's just look at the notes. Office may release additional information regarding the deceased victims pending notification of their next of kin. Man. So sad.
After a shooting at a bar in South Carolina that happened before 1 this morning, officials say hundreds of people were inside at the time. This comes after multiple deadly shootings in Mississippi, 2 of them around separate high school homecoming events. Then meanwhile, 1 person is dead after shooting on the campus of Alcorn State University, and a child was shot in the abdomen near the football stadium at Jackson.
Oh yeah, Alcorn State. Thanks for reminding me, man. That's Steve McNair. That's where Steve McNair went, man. That's HBCU, Alcorn State. So they had a shooting too. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. There's a mass shooting at a HBCU and nobody's in custody. Why couldn't that have been white people? How come white people only hang black people? How come they don't shoot black people? Couldn't it have been? She was killed. This girl was killed in the shooting at the HBCU. She was killed. This girl's dead. Brakira. Brakira. Jesus Christ. Brakira Fisher, 29. So she wasn't in school, but she was there partying, just for the, I've done that at Howard. See, I'm from DC, so we got Howard homecoming. You hear me? That the real deal, my nigga. Howard homecoming. That's the real deal. So I listen. That's a very common for the townies to go down to celebrate homecoming with the college students and alumni. I've done that several times. Several times. Shout out to TSM, Laughing Dog in the building. Ex Chicago Glacier Glider. Salute to all you guys coming in, man. Mr. Clockwork, my man, Mr. Clockwork. He says $5 for you to stay awake tonight and keep the show focused. Thank you, Mr. Clockwork. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. A lot of times when I fall asleep, it's not like, you know how you fall asleep and you feel it coming? I just black out. That shit just absolutely just comes in a second. But yeah, pause. Brakira Fisher. Jesus Christ. Damn. It's so sad, man. Alcorn State, HBCUs. We've had a lot of HBCU mass shootings lately, man. Damn. She was known as a kind, driven individual whose life was cut short by senseless violence. Brakira. Man, Brakira. Shit. A mother to young children. So she had little ones at the house, man. She had little ones at the house, man. That's so sad, man. She had little ones at the house, man. Wow. Jackson State had a shooting too. Holy shit. Jackson State had a shooting too. I see why Dion got the hell up out of there, man. Holy shit. This little girl got shot. This the girl who got shot? Holy shit. Okay, that's her now. Okay.
Now that you're gone, every day I go on, but life's just not the same. I'm so empty inside, and my tears.
Damn, young girl got killed at the fucking homecoming at Jackson. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Is this oh, this was October 6th. Okay, so this was last week. This was at one of the mass shootings last week. Okay, that was at South Carolina State homecoming. My bad. She was killed at South Carolina State's homecoming last week. So there's been like If there's so many HBCU mass shootings at schools, it's hard to keep up. So she was killed last week at South Carolina State's mass shooting. Somebody said Jackson State. Okay. Jeez. You niggas are animals. What's going on, Hot Black? What's cracking?
Bullets at HBCU at these homecomings, bro.
Yeah, man.
Cracking through the air.
It's absolutely amazing, man, how it never ends. Like
Every year it's like this.
They can't play nice. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't just put on airs like, look, it's company over. You know, I remember when company would come over, your mother would clean up. She had you cleaning up like you never cleaned up before. Company's coming over. Break out the good china. Damn, mommy, why you showing off for these people?
Try not to shoot everyone.
Yeah. Now you understand why your mother did that, man. She wanted to put her best foot forward. But niggas, man, they put their worst foot forward.
Well, they put the gun forward.
Facts.
But yeah, it's it. I mean, you know, Rashard Richie's not going to do any story about this, but obviously, but like, it's still kind of sad that he won't. How many fucking people
I mean,
died?
because there's so many of them. It's this weekend. He won't. He has like a lot to pick from. You know what I mean?
Right, it's a whole goddamn handful. You can't even fucking tell which one was which. And you know, like, this is the real threat to fucking black college students.
Good Sunday evening to you. I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Thanks for joining us. A victim of an apparent road rage incident tells us he thought he was going to die. The suspect was arrested and is free on bond tonight. But we've learned the suspect once pleaded guilty to another possible road rage shooting 3 months ago. Our Matt Doherty has the story you will see only on KHOU 11 tonight.
He's on the streets.
The man we met with today says he's concerned the suspect was released from jail and he's worried he'll do it again.
It was insane to me. I did nothing to deserve it.
Connor Gibbs says he wasn't sure if he was going to make it home alive yesterday.
What could I have possibly done to them for them to slam their brakes on the freeway and block traffic and then start following me like that?
Gibbs says he was on his way home after a day of hiking somewhere along I-45 South.
After a day of hiking.
Near Parker, when an SUV came to a stop in the middle of moving traffic.
I pass the guy, I get right into the next lane again. He then gets right on my bumper. He's following me, he's flashing his lights and everything. He's tailgating me maybe within 3 feet.
Gibbs says he didn't care about when he got home anymore. At this point, he was just trying to get to safety.
So I'm driving along and shaking, and I take an exit. Well, he takes the exit too.
After speeding ahead as fast as he could, doing a U-turn to get back on the freeway, Gibbs says the driver quickly caught back up with him. Gibbs starts driving in the emergency lane.
This is a psycho, yo.
Jesus
and this guy,
Christ.
and they let this guy go. They let him out the same day.
Right.
And speeding alongside me. I then notice that he's coming up next to me. I slam the brakes and I have to hit the ditch. I have to go. I'm thinking if I get onto the feeder, I can get away from this guy. I saw the fence.
This is like
there.
born
I didn't think the
supremacy.
fence was going to be that short in length. he then goes over the grass as well.
He says the driver gets ahead of him, then blocks off the feeder. Gibbs manages to get around him this time and escapes to a gas station where he waits for police. While he's waiting, another driver brings him this video taken from his car with that same black SUV. When Houston police showed up to the gas station, they took statements and dash camera videos from Gibbs and all the other drivers. The suspect was arrested a short time later and has been identified as 19-year-old Julio Camarena. Court documents show that Camarena
19. Yo, this is crazy.
Is a YH.
Pleaded guilty.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Julio Camarena. Court documents show that Camarena pleaded guilty to felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon 3 months ago. Prosecutors say on Christmas Eve last year, Camarena fired 5 shots at a driver on Airline when Camarena couldn't get in front of him. Luckily, the driver and his passenger were not
Christmas
hurt.
Eve
But Gibbs says something
rage.
happened yesterday when the
And he's out on the street.
My God.
It's not like he got away with it. They caught him. And he's still out on the street. And while out on the street for that, he does this.
I mean, you've seen like the Terminator, right? That
Yeah,
shit was like when the Terminator gets the fucking truck and chases after you for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was definitely like that. Definitely.
Some
like
judge saw that and was like, you're good. I'm sure you'll be fine.
2. This is Texas too. Houston, Harris County.
Yeah, Houston is famous for this right now, though,
Yeah,
right?
this thing.
happened 3 months ago. Prosecutors say on Christmas Eve last year, Camarena fired 5 shots at a driver on Airline when Camarena couldn't get in front of him. Luckily, the driver and his passenger were not hurt. But Gibbs says something happened yesterday when the driver was behind him at a stoplight on the feeder that he says makes this more serious.
As my light's going green, I'm looking in the mirror, he gets out and he has a gun.
Gibbs says he told this to police when he gave his statement, but at this point, Camarena is only charged with reckless driving, a misdemeanor. The court documents do not mention a weapon.
And he just gets a reckless driving charge. That's it.
And he's already bonded out, we checked, so he
Oh,
bonded
God.
out this morning.
See, that scares me and my family.
As Gibbs replays what happened yesterday, he says he still can't come up with any explanation that makes sense. And now, he says he'll be watching his back everywhere he drives.
Where does that leave me? Yes, it says he can't have contact with me. What stops him from having contact with me?
From West Houston, I'm Matt Doherty,
That
KHOU
dude might hunt you
11.
down, too.
Yeah, like.
He got your license plate.
Exactly. You can't put nothing past that guy.
Oh, man.
Just looking at this car, how many shots were in the back of it, there were just a lot of bullets flying.
This is where it ended, a shopping center parking lot on South Gessner. Investigators say 4 people inside this car pulled in here to call 911 after being shot at.
Very preliminary, as far as I know, they were trying to leave the club, and they were getting shot.
The club.
The gunfire started around 3 a.m. just a few blocks away in the parking lot of Club Oregon on the Southwest Freeway. Scene video shows evidence markers scattered across the lot. Police believe someone opened fire on the car as the group tried to get away. The vehicle was hit multiple times. The driver, a man, was shot in the back and taken to the hospital where he's stable. A woman in her 30s in the front passenger seat, investigators say, died here at the second scene. 2 passengers in the back weren't hurt, but Sergeant Jimenez says more people may have been caught in the gunfire.
We are getting reports from hospitals that several people are showing up with gunshots and reporting that they were shot in this area, so we're in the process of talking to them right now.
Back at the club, daylight shows a parking lot littered with beer cans and glass bottles. Initially, police told us this may have started with a fight between 2 women and their boyfriends. But now, investigators say they're still working to sort out exactly what happened and whether that fight started inside or outside.
Immediately after a scene, especially with a large group of people, usually at a club, there's a lot of confusion of what's going on. So right now we're trying to, everything's slowing down. We're talking to the people that were involved, and we're trying to parse out what exactly happened.
No suspect information has been released. Detectives are reviewing surveillance and talking to witnesses, hoping someone comes forward.
I do know that there was a lot of people there, and I'm sure some people saw something and we just haven't got to them yet.
Anyone with information is urged to call HPD Homicide or Crime Stoppers.
It's just sad that it happened with so many people involved.
In Southwest Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
H-Town. Jimmy Fields is in the back.
Take the $5 challenge. Support the channel, guys. Support the channel. Take the challenge. Take the pledge. We don't get nothing from YouTube. We need your support. Let's see.
An update to a story that broke earlier this week. Charges today in a stabbing death at a Downriver Kroger.
Yeah, but we're learning this isn't a murder. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards is live tonight for us. Lauren, unpack that. How are investigators saying that?
Hillary and Dave, I can tell you that the Kroger behind me here in Southgate, it's business as usual, but it was just days ago that Fox 2 was here reporting on a fatal stabbing that happened. But let's take a look at that scene that was here just days ago. Police and detectives searching around the Southgate Kroger on Fort Street. Now, prosecutors say on Tuesday, October 7th, 33-year-old Charles Hinton was working at the Kroger inside with tons of customers inside when Ramon Vasquez walked in and began punching him repeatedly. That's when police say Hinton pulled out a knife and stabbed Vasquez twice. Vasquez was then taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, Hinton remained here at the scene, and prosecutors say the two men knew of each other but never actually met in person. Today, Hinton was charged with one count of carrying a concealed weapon.
The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office at this time is not charging him with the death that resulted because of that stabbing, but he did have that knife concealed on that resulted because of that stabbing.
Oh no.
Well, so he's getting. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's what you keep a blade on you for.
Yeah, that's a keep an burrito off your blade.
Yeah, keep on. Yeah, definitely, exactly.
Keep an Aztec off
because of that stabbing, but he did have that knife concealed on or about his person, which is how these charges resulted. Given the nature of that incident, I believe that he should not possess any weapons. But as I said, you've already covered that.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to note that under Michigan law, individuals can use force, even deadly force, in cases where they are protecting themselves. But it's important to note that that is all that the prosecutors, or one of the main things that the prosecutors considered before giving charges. And he's expected to return to court for his preliminary hearing on October 31st. Reporting live here in Southgate, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
I imagine that at the store today, likely a lot of people, having heard what happened, feel somewhat uneasy. That's just sort of the way our community is. Have you had a chance to talk to anybody about just what happened and the feeling there?
Not yet. There's a number of people. I have a list that I want to reach out to, and just going into and talking to customers saying, hey, how do you feel about it out here? But I can imagine that there might be some sort of trepidation, maybe not. We do not know. The only thing we know is that Hinton today was charged with carrying concealed weapon.
I guess he had to get
and of
to keep
course,
his
as
job.
you said, we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully he gets to keep his job.
Oh, wild dude to be seen working at Kroger, though.
I'm telling you, man. He probably stocked the shelves or some shit.
Got no burritos.
We're learning late tonight, Dakota County jail staff were not properly trained when a man died in custody last year. That new development coming just hours after the family of Kingsley Bing Pong filed a federal lawsuit. It accuses
Kingsley
3
Bing Bong?
Egan police officers and 7 Dakota County correctional officers of denying Bing.
What's wrong with that? He's a South Dakotan, man. Why y'all hating on this South Dakotan?
From the, is that a plains name? Bing Bong?
It's original South Dakotan, man.
Foundational South Dakota.
Foundational South Dakotan, man. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Lawsuit. It accuses 3 Egan police officers and 7 Dakota County correctional officers of denying Bing Pong medical care, mistaking a stroke for intoxication, which was later confirmed in an autopsy. Our Colin Gray is here with the details.
He doesn't look
Colin.
Filipino.
Lindsay, I just got documents from the Department of Corrections that show a death review was conducted after Kingsley Bimpong's death. It found none of the Dakota County jail staff were current on their first aid or CPR certification. The facility did not obtain and document emergency medical information within 2 hours of admission and failed to do mental health screening. Corrective actions were issued. Bimpong's final hours now detailed in a lawsuit.
I don't know. Do you want to give mouth-to-mouth to Bing Pong?
Photo show.
You can give CPR without mouth-to-mouth now. They have a new one. Thank God.
Lawsuit.
Yeah, you can just give chest
Frame
compressions.
by frame, photos show correctional officers at the Dakota County Jail helping hold up Kingsley Bimpong on his way to his cell, then looking in on him as he lays in distress, marking inmate and cell okay.
This may be a tether, actually.
Now filed on behalf of his family.
He's laying on the floor, clearly suffering in front of the correctional officers. It's just heartbreaking to see.
Attorney Katie Bennett explaining Bimpong's condition had been deteriorating for hours. The lawsuit saying the 50-year-old
wizard.
U.S. postal worker
He's a wizard or
left
a magician.
condition had been deteriorating for hours. The lawsuit saying the 50-year-old U.S. postal worker left work early on November 16th due to a headache and decreased vision. Around 10:45 p.m., it says he was pulled over after driving into oncoming traffic and could not tell the responding officer basic facts or follow directions.
Cognitive.
Oh, so he was having a stroke, and
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That is fucked up. I mean, it's unlucky too. It's like this isn't something that, like, I don't know how you could legislate your way out of this, like, or change all the rules so this never happens. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you know what happened? The cops pulled him over, and he's like, and the cops are like, Jim, we got another drunk son word over here. All right, boy, you come with us.
yeah.
We don't know that he wasn't
Physical
drunk to start with,
impairments
too.
were obvious and continued throughout the entire stop.
Eagan police tell us in a statement, quote, he was not exhibiting an objectively serious medical condition, and, quote, there was no indication that he required emergency medical treatment. But the lawsuit claims a drug recognition evaluator on scene only partially completed required steps, and, quote, no pulse or other vital signs were taken. It says Bimpong was arrested and taken to the Eagan police station and then the Dakota County Jail, despite showing signs of a stroke.
Where he spiraled towards death over the next few hours.
I think that's just the worst nightmare anybody could think of, is that you're having a medical emergency and you end up in jail.
Representative Jess Hansen says his death highlights gaps still in the system. It's been 4 years since lawmakers passed the Hardell-Sherrill Act in honor of another man who died in custody, creating new standards for medical care in jails, requiring death reviews and other changes.
Should that have prevented some of this?
Yes, it should have prevented it. But if we need to do more, let's do more.
These ladies will
because
fix it.
didn't.
Whatever it is, these gals are going to fix
Eagan
it.
police say Bimpong spent 17 minutes with EMS professionals before taken to the Dakota County Jail. The Post Board tells us tonight emergency medical responder training is required for hiring officers, but then it's up to the individual agency if they wish to continue that level of training. It's unclear what Eagan police training policies are. Dakota County Sheriff's Office says it does not comment on pending litigation, Lindsay.
All right, just a tragic case. Thank you so much, Callan.
That is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, the woman accused of stabbing her manager to death at an East Point McDonald's was back in court today.
Afeni Muhammad is facing several charges, including first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing 39-year-old Jennifer Harris after an argument at McDonald's back in July. Our Noel Friel joins us with the latest in this case. Noel, Muhammad was found competent to stand trial, and now the case is moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. After undergoing a competency evaluation, Muhammad is now one step closer to standing trial. Next, she'll have a preliminary examination where a judge will determine if there's enough evidence to send the case to trial. Muhammad is accused of stabbing Harris, a mother of 6, as many as 15 times after an argument where Harris sent her home from work early. Police say she returned to the McDonald's with a knife she had in her car and wore a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to hide her identity before the stabbing. In court, prosecutors said during During the preliminary hearing, there will be testimony from several witnesses who saw that attack.
My understanding, there's going to be 3, maybe 4 witnesses. Is that correct?
That's right, Judge.
So
Correct.
we should be able to conclude in one day?
Yes.
And that hearing is scheduled to take place on November 14th. In addition to being charged with first-degree murder, Muhammad is also facing charges of carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent and being a habitual offender. Live in East Point, Noelle Friel, Local 4.
All right, Noelle, thank you.
26 months.
But maybe. Shit. You never know, man. Jeez.
Will the Price, please identify yourselves for the record, starting with prosecutor.
Claire Lockman for the TV, Your Honor.
Michael Anderson on behalf of Mr. President as well.
Okay, good morning. This is the date and time set for sentencing in this matter. Mr. Lockman, is there anything from the people before I proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. You know he's good.
Or put an end to the stuff that I caused. I'm sorry. And though it is highly unlikely, I hope that the Kaiser family and friends can find it in their heart to forgive me for what I've done. I understand them fully if they refuse to do so, because forgiveness is a gift that I honestly do not deserve. I want to apologize to the prosecution judge and other.
All right, well, let's make sure we get that right.
How much time did the nigga get?
There are mandatory costs the court has to impose. There's $136 state costs. 100. She will serve a minimum of 300 months to a maximum of 600 months in the Michigan Department.
A minimum of 300 months and a maximum of 600 months. So 300 months is
it's like 15 years.
No. 300.
25.
Yeah, 25. So he's gonna serve 25 years to 25 to 50. He got 25 to 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, man. Some man came off pretty good.
For some man, yep.
He's going to an HSBCU.
Video helps Miami police catch 3 accused robbers more than 2 years after robbing a valet in Brickell. Police say the robbers were armed and took off with jewelry and cash.
And tonight we are getting a better understanding of the charges they are now facing. Local 10's Aaron Maben live in Miami with the latest for us. Aaron.
Well, let me paint a picture of what happened out here 2 years ago. Police say that a couple visiting from out of town walked out of these doors right here. They then came down the steps and they walked in this area near the valet stand. They were waiting for their car to come. Then all of a sudden, 3 men with guns robbed that couple. They stole $30,000 worth of jewelry and cash.
Damn.
Tonight, police say those 3 men are in custody. Surveillance video shows a wild crash on June 18th, 2023. A car loses control and flips on its side on the Brickell Avenue Bridge.
And then you see the 3 subjects running away from the vehicle.
Miami police say the 3 men who got out of the car are tied to an armed robbery. They got away with thousands, but left behind invaluable evidence.
That's the crucial part of it that actually helped us solve this case.
Detectives say the chaos began earlier that day when Ronald Williams, Ronquez Williams, and Ron Juba robbed a couple outside the East Hotel in Brickell. Officer Michael Vega says the couple was waiting for a valet.
These 3 subjects exit the vehicle, pull out their firearms, pointed at them, says, "I'm going to kill you if you don't give me this." $30,000 worth of jewelry.
Police say the robbers sped off, then crashed and ditched the getaway car. Inside, investigators found a handgun, DNA, and a surgical glove, and one more important piece of evidence.
Well, that vehicle belongs to one of the subjects.
All 3 men are in custody facing armed robbery charges.
So when you hear stories like that, you panic.
Neighbors like Gallant Dill are happy police never gave up.
I feel a lot better because, I live in this area. I want to know that I'm safe.
You know, so many
You're not
people
safe.
wanted to know why it took more than 2 years for officers to crack this case. Well, the FBI had to step in to process a lot of this evidence, and police did not have to go very far to find these 3 suspects. They were already in jail on unrelated charges. We're live in Brickell tonight. Aaron Mabin, Local 10 News.
This is why sons shouldn't register their cars. See, this is how they got traced back to these guys. Don't register your car.
Good point.
Look at this picture you see right there over Brian's shoulder. The prosecutor's office wants this 17-year-old off the streets right now. The crime is horrific.
It really is. They say he shot another teenager in the back. This is in broad daylight. New at 6, we're learning the two barely knew each other.
Aria Janelle shows us video of the cold-blooded
Ninja's
attack.
name is Royal King.
This video is pretty tough to watch. It shows 17.
I think they were trying to turn the trying to set it, like Marquavius and Jink Juanita, they were trying to like
create a new bloodline.
Yeah, reverse the curse. But the only problem is it's not the name, it's the DNA.
Could have named him Royal Flush.
Yeah, man. Flushed his life down the toilet over ego. Like this was pure ego. We covered this the other day. They didn't know who did it yesterday. Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B in the building. Let's see if we can get 10 people to take the $5 challenge. Can we get 10 people to take the challenge right now? 10 people to take the challenge. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see something.
Keep Aka weight challenge.
Yeah. 10 people to take the challenge, man. Let's see if we can get 10 people to take the challenge, man. So support this channel.
We got to get you a shock collar, man. And when you fall asleep, somebody can hit it.
Oh, yeah, like Hassan.
Put an app. Get an app where you can go on the app and shock me and shit. That's crazy, man.
Only if you do the $5 challenge, though.
Yeah, you gotta take the $5 challenge to shock me, man. Yeah, fuck that. That ain't enough, man. You gotta take like the $50 challenge to shock me, man. Fuck that. Yeah,
And a
man.
membership. That should be a membership perk.
Yeah, I got a website. I'm working on it right now. So on the website, I have all that shit. I mean, not where you can shock me, but I mean all the shit where you like memberships. Like you can watch the show on the website. I'm gonna have live streams on the website that I'm not gonna be on because I've been trying to say I've been trying to do Patreon and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I just got created my own website now. I created my own website. So
nice. You did the Tommy Sotomayor thing.
Oh, he has his own website?
Yeah, he did. He created his own a long time ago.
Okay, yeah. But I'm trying to have mine. Like I'm trying to get everybody over there. But once I haven't published it yet because I'm still. There's so much stuff you got to do. You got to do all these API keys. You know what I'm saying? All these.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm getting all that shit done right now, man. But I'm excited, man. Yeah, salute to Deluxe 247, aka Calvert, aka the real MVP, coming through once again.
You're not even gonna let Deluxe 247 shock you.
Oh,
he's
man.
not. I mean,
oh man,
he's
that's
real MVP.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Come through once again.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, let me see. I'm shocked by these crimes. Let me see. I can tell you that much. I'm shocked by the nature of these sons, man. Jesus Christ, man.
Quite shocking.
Yeah, this is.
Let's see what Royal Kang did.
Yeah, this is. God dang.
Now shows us video of the cold-blooded attack.
This video is pretty tough to watch. It shows 17-year-old Royal King shooting an innocent teenager outside of a deli on East 185th Street in Cleveland. Again, I want to warn you that the video that you're about to see could be disturbing.
It is one of the most cold-hearted, treacherous, cowardly homicides that I've seen in my tenure as prosecutor.
Cuyahoga County prosecutor Michael O'Malley not holding back. He wants to get a killer off the streets. This is the moment right before 17-year-old Jahari Stegall lost his life. O'Malley says the teen was walking into the 185th deli on September 19th when Royal King pulled out a gun and shot.
I don't want to live in a world where you walk into this carry out and a 17-year-old with an IQ of like 30, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, it's average. He's probably one of the ones pulling it down. Maybe he's 30, 40, you know what I'm saying? IQ, standing outside with a death stick. It is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can just point it at you and kill you. Like, he's holding the door open to the store with a death stick in his hand. It's like,
by all means, cuh.
And it's like he used it too, the way you would think somebody like that would use it. You know what I mean?
Like if you gave a monkey a killing object.
It's not surprising. I think where the kid went wrong was making eye contact with him. I think he didn't like that. A lot of sons don't like when you look at them too long.
85th Deli on September 19th when Royal King pulled out a gun and shot him. King, just 17 years old himself. 19 News was there soon after it happened while police were starting the investigation. According to the prosecutor's office, King drove up to the deli around 6 p.m. in a stolen car. You can see in this video King walking around the store. Moments later, Stegall walks up.
And here comes our victim, who is doing nothing wrong except walking into a store.
That's when King walks out of the store and up to Stegall with a gun in his hand.
Jahari walks by him, and Mr. King raises his left hand and shoots him.
King immediately turns around and gets back into the stolen car and drives away. The prosecutor's office says Stegall was left lying on the floor of the store and only one person ran to help him. Cleveland City Councilman Mike Polinsik says Jahari was a good person and the family is devastated. He says King needs to turn himself in.
Because if he's not apprehended, who's next? Who's next?
The prosecutor's office says this is about justice and keeping everyone safe, including King.
You see acts of retaliation regularly. It's not a secret who did this.
I'm told the family of Jahari Stegall saw that video just moments before we did, and they were just heartbroken. So much so that they couldn't speak with us today. If you know where Royal King is, you're asked to call the U.S. Marshal's office. Here in Cleveland, I'm Aria Janelle, 19 News.
What day did that happen?
That was in September.
Oh, why wasn't he in school?
He looked like he was just getting off of school. He had his school ID on it, or whatever it was. Did you do the brother who got carjacked and Linda Frickied in New Orleans again?
Oh, there was another. Oh, you talking about the chef?
No, not the chef. He got shot. Go look it up.
Oh, you talking about the
Uber driver?
60-year-old Uber driver. Yeah, we did that several times. Yeah, we did that.
God damn, man.
Tonight, this 23-year-old man is in jail accused of trying to rape and strangle a woman on a trail in Orange County. This happened in July on the Little Econ Greenway.
The woman attacked from behind near Yates Road. She was able to escape, though. West News' Gail Pascal Brown is live outside of the sheriff's office tonight. And Gail, this was obviously a scary situation for a lot of
Jacoby,
Vontrell Tillman.
Vontrell. So they were torn between. Which way to go?
There wasn't consent in the household there. Jesus. People who run on that trail every day.
No doubt. Working on a tip, looking at surveillance video, and talking to witnesses, the Sheriff's Department Sex Crimes Unit was able to make an arrest. He is 23-year-old Jacoby Tillman. He is charged with attempted sexual battery, battery by strangulation, and false imprisonment. Now, he was arrested today and taken to the Orange County Jail. Orange County Sheriff's investigators say Jacoby Tillman attacked a woman from behind while she was running on the Little Econ Greenway near Yates Road on July 25th of this year. Runners and walkers we spoke to say you have to be careful.
Anything can happen at any time.
Why?
So it's always good to walk with a partner walk with a friend.
The victim said she went for a run alone around 8 a.m. She said once she got halfway
8
through the
a.m..
run and returned to her car, she noticed an unknown man behind her. Moments later, she said he grabbed her and wrapped both arms around her neck, choking her, causing her to see stars. The report says she blacked out, and when the victim woke up, she was still face down and realized that her shorts and underwear were not on anymore. Detectives also looked at some video surveillance time-stamped around 9:05 of a man described by one of the witnesses throwing the victim's clothes over this fence at this Winter Park
They could
Auto
probably
Exchange
solve a lot of
business.
rapes with his
Here,
DNA.
the suspect is seen going in and outside of a building wearing a white tank top, blue shorts, and black slides.
When we walk, we don't have nothing in our ears to watch each other's back in case one goes to the restroom. You know, you always have your ears open just in case anybody tries to sneak up behind you.
According to the arrest report, investigators spoke with Jacoby Tillman's girlfriend, who he lived with, and she asked him what really happened. He said, "I didn't rape the lady. I was trying to kill the lady." She asked him why, and he said, "Because I wanted to know what it was like to choke someone out."
Okay.
Oh. Well, off you go.
Yeah, I mean,
QED.
I've always wondered how that was too. I've had a yearning sensation to choke someone out too. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Bro, I didn't rape her. You know,
Yeah, I set out to rape her, but the opportunity presented itself.
Rape her? Like, what kind of person you think I am?
That's fucked up.
Like, Jesus Christ, rape? No, I just wanted to choke her out, see what it felt like.
Pretty sure he's just lying though.
You think the girlfriend's lying?
Well, maybe
much
he's lying.
can you lie
Why else
about?
would he? Why else would he tear off her underwear and throw it over the fence?
Oh yeah, he's lying. I thought you meant the girlfriend was lying.
You know, I think he's lying.
Yeah,
But that's what he said. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what he told. Think about it. Think about how foul or how much of an animal you have to be for your lie.
Nah, baby, nah. I wasn't trying to rape her. I wasn't trying to rape her. I'm just trying to kill her.
But the dog ate my homework. Like the dog ate my homework. Like literally. This dude is a wild dude. He's young too. He's very
23.
young. Whew. Jesus Christ.
Was he 23? I thought he might be 22 because sometimes I get the details wrong because there's just been so much about this story in the national media. So he might be 23.
To choke someone out.
Unbelievable
She said this was not a surprise to her because a few weeks earlier, she and Jacoby got into an altercation where he choked her to the point where she passed out.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, they do each other?
Now, the arrest report also says that the girlfriend got a text message today by mistake from Tillman's mother telling him to get a boarding pass from Delta Airlines to catch a flight tomorrow to Texas. Tillman is in the Orange County Jail. Covering Orange County, live in Orlando, I'm Gail Pascal Brown, West 2 News.
All right, Gladys, you're not off the hook.
Developing here at home tonight, an attack over pizza near UC's campus has now led to the indictment of 6 people.
Yeah, prosecutors say
Pizzagate, man. This story is more likely to go national than any other stories we do.
The face of white crime.
Look at that. University of Cincinnati.
Jeez.
Ohio.
3 people were jumped while walking home after refusing to give up their takeout food. WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live along Short Vine where it all happened. Hi, Karen.
Yeah, hey, Mike, that's right. 6 people were arrested and now have been indicted in connection with the attack here last month along Short Vine. They all face a handful of charges, including aggravated rioting and felonious assault.
It was supposed to be a simple walk home down Short Vine after picking up pizza. Instead, it turned violent. Prosecutors say these 6 people, Austin Smith, Joshua Anstiot, Haley Hornsby, Deontay Conyers, Braden Hall, and Kenneth Bolin,
Oh, there's a
all had
Deontay in there.
Deontay
Conyers, that's him. Yeah, Deontay. Biracial guy, man.
He is rather swarthy.
The ringleader, man. He probably was the ringleader, man, because, white kids wouldn't do this. Their kids
This
don't
is
act
his
like
crew.
Yeah.
Smith Bolin all had a hand in attacking 3 people in the early morning hours of September 13th.
Haley Cornsby, you've been indicted with 1 count assault and 1 count felonious assault.
Today, each faced the judge virtually.
And how do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And entered not guilty pleas. Prosecutors say the group attacked 3 people after the victims refused to give up the pizza they were carrying home. One victim, according to prosecutors, was hit in the head from behind. As he kept walking, he was hit again. This time, prosecutors say he was knocked out.
The allegation was basically him assaulting the unconscious person.
Deontay Conyers is facing the most charges because of what investigators say they found in his car.
So he is obviously very young, did have firearms recovered from his registered vehicle, lives in Batavia, and is alleged to have taken part in the initial beating.
That victim reportedly suffered a broken jaw, a black eye, cuts, and bruises. Prosecutors say his friend suffered a concussion and dislocated jaw trying to defend his buddy. And a woman also got hurt with injuries to her face.
And the bonds vary depending on the defendant, but they range from $150,000 to $500,000. Reporting live tonight in Corryville, Karen Johnson, WLWT News 5.
The white crime is putting you to sleep.
What you say?
So the white crime is putting you to sleep. We got to change
that glider crime
here.
They rolled up on
New
that
tonight,
glider
a
crime
Burger King employee is recovering after being shot.
That glider crime, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about glider crime. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the
people
energy.
pay a lot of money for what you get from that.
They're going to use RICO to bring those gliders down. It's a big story.
Yeah, something about the energy of glider crime. It's just so like.
Well, first of all, they're going to get off. It's going to get buried. The kids are all going to be fine. So it's like boring. We already know the answer.
It's just something about it, man. I don't know, man. It literally every time I literally like that I wasn't like falling asleep. It's like instant. I just like snapped and I was like, whoa. I was like, yo.
No, I think everybody has seen you can like come back from being asleep and just start talking and be like right where you left off and shit. It is definitely a level of spontaneousness to it that is not,
You've got fast twitch sleep fibers.
God damn. All right, Jimmy, you're getting a lot funnier, bro. What the hell's going on?
Oh man. Yeah, but it's that glider shit is crazy. It's uncanny though, man. It's uncanny, man. It is uncanny how that knocks me out every time. Man, I gotta stay away from that. Now that I know, I do have to pick and choose because I pride myself in not picking and choosing, and not
right. But now you got to choose for medical reasons. So okay.
Yeah.
Now you're not a coon. You're just doing it because it's a narcoleptic effect.
Yeah, exactly, man. So all my FBAs and all my tethers out there, we'll be cutting back on white crime drastically, man.
We're going to have to dramatically change the filters so that we don't get flooded with all that white crime. Your algorithm's going to have to be scrubbed to erase the terabytes that pour into your phone of white crime.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All those shootings at white colleges this weekend, we're not going to get to them. Sorry, guys.
All the Charlie Kirks.
John Hancock, he says, challenge accepted, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Salute to you. We need a few more people to take the challenge, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Let's see this.
New tonight, a Burger King employee is recovering after being shot in southeast Atlanta. Just hours ago, police released surveillance video of the suspects. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live at the Burger King in East Atlanta on Moreland Avenue. And Cody, any idea of what led up to this shooting?
Yeah, this is wild stuff. Police say this was all over a food order. These suspects apparently in the drive-thru then came into this Burger King where this shooting happened. And take a look. This door now boarded up because it was shot out, and the sign now says they're closed until tomorrow. Now take a look at this surveillance video from inside. These are the two suspects. Police say these women came in around 8 o'clock Friday.
Pepper.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
And she's the aggressive one too.
So, yeah. Facts, man. God damn it. Overcompensating. You know, she gotta let him know, look, man, I ain't nothing to fuck with. But you know what I've noticed though, because I've been around these types like in real life. Sometimes they're just, like that. Because it doesn't take a lot of. It's kind of like how you can over salt a pot, like you can make a big pot of food, and you put too much salt in it, and now the whole fucking pot is ruined.
Right. You can, if you put too much at once, you can ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put a lot, though, just too much. You know what I mean? Too much is too much. You never know when too much is too much. Whether it's a shake here or shake there, but once it's too much, it's too much. You can't take the salt out.
You can only go so far,
They're not all overcompensating, because I don't want to get them off the hook like that. They're not all overcompensating. They're not all like tryhards. Some of these biracials are just fucking sons. The son is more dominant in them. The son gene. Like, look at Blake Griffin, right? Look at Zach LaVine. Look at a lot of those guys in the NBA that dunk, Aaron Gordon, the dunkers, right? Those guys are, you got biracial like that. Then you got like Klay Thompson, who can't jump over a matchbox. You know what I'm saying? You got some, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes.
You think this is just her normal son self being her real son half?
I've been around them.
Stronger.
I've been around them. Some of these sons, men and women, biracial sons, they're just off the chain. They just sons.
Right. Light skin or dark skin doesn't automatically determine temperament, although it does seem to have like a correlative, there seems to be correlation between aggressiveness and more melanin, but it's definitely not 100% by any means.
Think about Puerto Ricans and fucking Dominicans.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. They're basically, that.
They're like killer bees, kind of,
Yes. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's going on with it. We'll see.
The Alcorn is live at the Burger King in East Atlanta on Moreland Avenue. And Cody, any idea of what led up to this shooting?
Yeah, this is wild stuff. Police say this was all over a food order. These suspects apparently in the drive-thru then came into this Burger King where this shooting happened. And take a look. This door now boarded up because it was shot out, and the sign now says they're closed until tomorrow. Now take a look at this surveillance video from inside. These are the two suspects. Police say these women came in around 8 o'clock Friday night. It's unclear what they ordered, but they were not happy about it. In fact, they came in, they are accused of spitting on this woman, getting into an argument, throwing something at her before police say one of these two women opened fire, hitting this 35-year-old employee in the chest. So as you can imagine, just an unreal scene unfolding here last night. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. Now, we did reach out to Atlanta police to get an update on the victim, but we have yet to hear back. But at last check, she was rushed to the hospital from this scene last.
They knew they had the gun on.
Arms like that. It's not.
Yeah, they knew they had the gun on them, so they wanted the confrontation.
Which one do you think had it?
The light skin one.
Blue sweats.
Where was she keeping it though?
She's probably a little gun in a purse.
The other girl has a purse.
Maybe she took it from the other girl. I don't know. I think the light skin one is the shooter. We'll follow it up though, man. We'll follow up on it, man.
And did they say how old they were?
They look like they're teens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they're showing their faces.
They were 18, I think it said.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. I haven't watched the whole football game this year, man. I'm professional. A whole NFL game. Actually, in years. I haven't watched an entire NFL game in years. Well, I haven't watched even a tad bit of a game this year. Not even like a drive.
Yeah, I stopped worrying about all that a while back.
Yeah, it's like crazy how that woke shit. Some people say it's the woke shit. I think it's more like TV.
It just kind of broke
male cheerleaders. You're not comfortable with that?
It just kind of like, made it really evident about kind of how stupid it was to be doing all that and getting all invested in that kind of thing.
Spending like 7 hours sitting in front of the TV watching these fucking idiots and shit. Yeah.
Maybe it's just a
Milwaukee man on supervised relief is back in trouble with the law just 2 months after being let out of federal prison. He was charged in a domestic abuse case. Now he's on the run. Fox 6's Ashley Sears with where he might be hiding.
A life of crime should never be anyone's calling. U.S. Marshals say J. Taz Polk has a lengthy criminal past and needs to answer for the crimes he's committed.
There's no J. Taz, Jaytaz.
J. Taz calling, don't pick up the phone. That's worse than Bogdanov.
Jeez. Salute to my man Astor J, man. He says, all this white crime, you might want to check on Brown Sugar and make sure she's in protective custody. Oh, shit, man. Brown Sugar came on the panel the other day. She's a whole new woman, man. She's switched up on y'all, man. She's a woke.
Shit. How many days ago was that? I gotta check that out.
Brown Sugar came on 2 days ago. Was it been Friday? Yeah, I think it would have been Friday. She was, we talking about, it was probably in the middle of the show, something like that. She was woke. She woked out. Brown Sugar is like,
she's not like being with the gliders.
Her default setting. She's come back to her default. It's literally like when you take a VCR, you unplug it and it goes to 12 o'clock on it. It starts flashing 12 o'clock. She go like,
ain't nobody know how to reset that either.
When the power goes out and all the appliances go to 12 o'clock, all the digital appliances go to 12 o'clock. It's just like she literally went to her default setting. It's insane, dog.
Telling what he'll do to the general public.
In 2016, Polk was charged federally for stealing a car with a gun. He went to prison and was released in May of this year. The 29-year-old was put on supervised release, and U.S. Marshals say he almost immediately began messing up.
As soon as he gets out of jail, he's already causing physical harm to people, especially people he potentially cares about.
In July, prosecutors say a ringing phone led to a violent night. While Polk and a woman slept in an apartment, investigators say his phone was ringing off the hook. When the pregnant woman asked Polk to leave the Southside apartment, prosecutors say an argument became physical.
He got a chick knocked up already.
And she asked him to leave.
Yeah, that's a bad mistake. Big mistake.
Polk was charged with battery and disorderly conduct. U.S. Marshals have been looking for him ever since.
We'd like this to end as quickly and safely as possible.
U.S. Marshals are optimistic doing that is just a phone call away. In Milwaukee, Ashley Sears, Fox 6 News.
A driver was on parole for a fatal crash when U.S. Marshals say he nearly caused another one. 2 people were seriously injured.
And the driver who investigators say hit them, well, he left the scene. Fox 6's Ashley Sears shows us the tattoos that can help identify this fugitive.
Cortez.
When you try to beat the clock, sometimes big mistakes are made.
This is the kind of person we absolutely don't want behind the wheel anymore.
U.S. Marshals say Cortez Moore has shown time after time he can't be trusted on the streets.
Primarily, his run-in with law enforcement has all been behind the wheel.
In May 2024, prosecutors say Moore was speeding on 76th when he hit another car at Ruby. A grandfather and grandson were seriously hurt and rushed to the hospital. When an officer arrived on the scene, investigators say Moore told a lie.
Mr. Moore tells that officer that he was a passenger in the striking vehicle, and he says that the driver ran off.
Police say DOT cameras proved otherwise, showing Moore was the only person in the car.
While the officer is attending to those 2 victims, Mr. Moore gives that officer the slide and disappears when they're not paying attention.
He's been on the run ever since. Court records show the 24-year-old was on parole at the time. In 2020, he was convicted in a fatal crash that killed a passenger.
Mr. Moore has a pretty horrendous driving record.
How many people has this dude hit?
The fugitive has ties to the
Jesus
Milwaukee.
Christ, he's just running people down left and right. God damn.
He's only 24 too. This is Milwaukee though. This is Milwaukee. We chronicled this the other day. Milwaukee drivers are insane. Yeah, it's a thing up there.
Madison areas and noticeable tattoos. The name Shantae on his left forearm.
Mr. Moore's right forearm is a distinctive design of a clock that has
probably 1,000 guys with that
floral
tattoo
pattern around the outside of the clock.
A fitting sketch for a man whose time might soon be up.
Our message to Mr. Moore is stop running.
U.S. Marshals say the clock is ticking on this case. In Milwaukee, Ashley Sears, Fox 6 News.
Let's recap here. Cortez Moore, 6'1", goes about 240. The 24-year-old is believed to travel between Milwaukee and the Madison areas. And again, he has that distinct tattoo on his forearm, number of them, as a matter of fact. If you know where he is tonight, you're asked to call the U.S. Marshals tip line, 414-297-3707. And, of course, you can remain anonymous.
Well, he may have gotten a job as a school superintendent in Iowa, maybe. Or perhaps he's driving an 18-wheeler on our highways. He could be anywhere. He's a threat to all of us.
Out police to identify a suspect in the fatal shooting of Jefferson Parish Correctional Officer Ashley Aples. It took only one more day for officers to arrest the 20-year-old suspect. So the quick apprehension was made possible because the murder suspect was wearing an electronic ankle bracelet from previous armed robbery charges. But while that ankle bracelet led to a speedy arrest, an investigative reporter Mike Pearlstein now reveals a tragic missed opportunity, how that bracelet could have prevented the murder in the first place.
He just was speaking with his dad for Father's Day.
Despite
I wonder whose
living
investigation
almost
this
400
is.
miles apart, Jefferson Parish Corrections Officer Ashley Aples
Pearlstein.
doted on his 16 and 6-year-old boys.
He's still got that credit.
No, he's got the watermelon picture. Oh, come on.
You know, they probably had a lot to choose from.
6-year-old boys traveling to Texas for their football game and Chuck E. Cheese parties and connecting regularly online to play video games. When Breanne Russell heard that her ex-husband was shot and killed on June 22nd, she said the most difficult thing she's ever had to do was break the news to the boys.
It was hard.
Compounding the family's grief is the fact that the suspect, Jeroy Johnson, had been identified in an earlier shooting on July 1st, and a warrant was issued for his arrest 2 days later. Records also show that Johnson was wearing an electronic ankle bracelet at the time from an earlier armed robbery case. Despite a warrant for his arrest in a shooting, they did not go pick him up.
So to me, this is very disturbing. This is disturbing. But to know that they could have, that all of this is just, it was preventable. This was a senseless murder.
The night of that shooting, that night of that aggravated battery.
ASAP is a program.
They determined immediately that he actually was on ankle monitor.
Matt Dennis is not only the owner of the ankle bracelet company ASAP, Assured Supervision.
I feel like I've seen him in other news reports.
He also runs this offender management website that tracks all defendants who have been released on ankle bracelets. With a couple of clicks on the website, I was able to pull up Jeroy Johnson, the company monitoring him, ASAP, and their phone number.
But I didn't know that that's how simple it would be to find that ankle monitor with this individual.
Officers found out how simple when they went to ASAP after the murder to find Johnson. Samantha Dennis guided the officers by showing these dots on a computer screen, tracking his precise location in Slidell.
Hey, look, it looks like he's in the middle of the woods, so they sent some guys in the woods to push him out. He's moving, he's going 5 miles an hour, he might be on a bike.
Sure enough, Johnson was on a bike when he was arrested, and according to April's ex-wife, he wasn't hard to find well before that. She said April's had a run-in with Johnson on the street about a week before the murder.
Wow.
And filed a police report when Johnson flashed a gun.
He spotted the young man in the area, and he told the friend of his that if anything happens to him, he made sure that he pointed out this guy. He said, "Do you see his ankle monitor? If anything happens to me, it will be him."
That monitor could have led the authorities to where he was.
Rafael Goyeneche has followed the city's wholesale adoption of electronic monitoring, including WWL Louisiana's exclusive series of stories on Tyree Quinn, who is now serving a life sentence for a 2023 triple homicide that was solved primarily through his ankle bracelet. In that case, we showed that Quinn was identified 17 days earlier after he escaped from a drug raid and high-speed chase, but police didn't use the technology to pick him up.
This is a cautionary tale. The technology works. It just wasn't applied to its capabilities, and it cost someone their life.
Russell says the father of her children leaves behind a proud legacy as a rapper and hip-hop producer under the name Praise Frequency, who specialized in positive messages for kids.
Oh, he's positive.
Joining the
4 subscribers.
About 2 years ago.
4 subscribers. Well, he was working on it.
Yeah, you know. Oh, now it's down to 3. He just lost a subscriber.
Conferences and youth ministries for churches.
Why is everybody else shot with like a camera crew and zoom shots, and she's looking down at the camera for some reason? What is
She
that?
probably recorded her own video on the laptop.
It looks like she's talking to her reflection in a toilet. It's just, I don't understand it. And I've seen that shot used a lot, though. A lot of this stuff is all these by the numbers shots and takes they're doing. I was watching the one before that when they were showing the guy's wanted picture on the street pole, and they had it at street level and mid pole level, and all these are all just, they're just like memes of themselves that we see in every one of these stories. We should have a checklist for when we do these things. Just check them off as we see them.
What there needs to be is a compilation video of all the times that people who are getting interviewed imitate gunshot noises. And like you can make like an hour-long video of people doing that, and that would really kind of highlight the amount of shootings that take place, I think.
And then you can make money off of that. See,
and everybody's got a different way of making the gunshot noise, slightly different, but they fall into patterns.
Yeah, it's always been sort of the classic take that girls really can't do it at all.
Ladies. They can do it, but it is different.
If we could get one now to wake Ak up.
Yeah, now's when we need the shot collar. $5, $10 challenge, $12. Escalating with the amount of time that Ak's been asleep.
Hey, Ak.
Or like a dunk Ak station.
That's what it's like. It is sort of like he just sits there and you try to drill him with something. Coins.
It is a little concerning falling asleep so
I don't know what
immediately
his hours are, man.
Well, I think it's more than just being tired.
Yeah.
Like it's like an on and off thing.
Could be like heart issues. Blood pressure just dropping.
I'm sure he's just, got a lot to do too. So it could be a combination of it.
And it's not like our witty repartee is keeping him up.
Yeah, well, it's been.
I almost looked like he smiled there. Yeah, I almost looked like he smiled.
I'm sitting here just listening to y'all, man.
See, I believe it.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
You have the option of moving this thing along.
Yeah, man. But no, you know what? Yeah, this is.
I think she did it. What do you think, Ak?
You said you think she did it?
Let's see if you want to remember the story. I've forgotten what the story was by now.
But I mean, possibly. Like he
killed him.
On his second encounter with him, he had encountered him before and threatened him. Maybe she hired Trey Quantabrius or whatever his name was to do the deed.
He'd seen him before and threatened him.
Yeah, he's seen the father before and threatened him. And the second time around is when he shot him.
It says right there it was preventable.
Right. Well, he was on ankle monitor.
Those things all seem so corrupt. I was watching a thing about how these guys are getting their truck licenses in California, and they have ways around everything. And there's everybody in the system at the DMV all the way up and down, skimming and taking a piece of it. Those ankle monitors are a joke. How many times have we seen stories where someone's out on an ankle monitor creating trouble?
Well, they work to a certain extent, but the problem here is that nobody's monitoring it or not monitoring the right the amount. You can't pay people. There's not enough money to pay people to do it all the time. T.R. McCoy's in the back.
They're going to force them to go into like exploding ankle monitors that, detonate outside of a certain field.
Yeah, but you really need to put that around that. Well, I guess you could blow their ankle off.
Yeah.
That would at least immobilize
That's
them.
a lot cooler than a ring collar that's just going to zap them. I mean, blowing their ankle off could really make them think about it.
What about one that just like constricts? Like a blood pressure monitor. Like it just constricts once they
That
go
sounds
outside.
like taser level of commitment. It's like it's half the time it's going to fail and not constrict.
Also sounds like over-engineering. I think, there used to be a device that was used to affix sunmen to a certain place so that they couldn't move very far from it. That was just made out of metal, I think. I'm trying to remember what that was.
Something from another time.
Anyway, lower cost solution, I think.
Well,
you can't trust Chinese steel anymore. So where does that leave us?
Good old-fashioned iron.
Oh yeah, let me go to Twitter, man. Let me go to Twitter. Twitter's off the hook. As usual. As usual. Salute to everybody out there watching, man. We in the building, man. Bringing you this content in the wee hours of the morning on a Sunday, man.
The real McCoy.
Yeah, man. Let's see.
Oh. So the all-white town of Arkansas has failed.
It's falling.
oh, we found a fork in the kitchen. Like, we already knew this was going to happen. They didn't want to move there. They just wanted people to be mad about them moving there. And I was hoping it worked out. I was hoping the whole thing worked out for them so they could all move there. Listen, when they said, hey, let's play some music for you guys, and had to play the banjo. When they said, hey, let's have some food, and it looked like they were eating stale bread, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of Caucasians in America love the idea of separating themselves, but they don't love the actual result of it. They don't realize that the wealth that was built and generated within white America was not through their own fruition, but on the backs and through the blood of other groups of people, Native Americans, Black Americans, and XYZ, everything in between. Their agriculture built on the backs of natives, Latinos, and Black people. Their infrastructure also built by free labor and or cheap labor. Their grants and money received given by the government, the true handout kings. And they don't actually realize every...
I mean, yeah, that's what it is. That's what they teach.
It's unbelievable. I feel like I've been lied to all my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. This was kept from me. They talk about it was kept from them. It was kept from me. I didn't even know all this stuff.
Every single place that has been all white in history, they don't really realize the fact that it has been destroyed also by them. Before they found other people to oppress and attack, to be honest, all Europeans used to do was just attack each other and be nasty and vile to each other.
Jesus Christ.
See, it's crazy. It's almost like he's comes to the realization that he's learned about history and the barbarians and things like that, but he doesn't understand that he's talking about Africa. he's instead of Africa, he's using the Caucasus Mountains, and it's just a slow bus.
He's very arrogant too. You know, he's a very arrogant guy, man. Like,
yeah.
And
Imagine who
he hasn't read any books. Like, if there's 100 books on that topic, he hasn't read one of them. I mean, the top 100 books that you need to have read, he hasn't read one of them.
Jeezy snitched on Gucci Mane.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. He says, Black 100 tells a retired FBI agent revealing Jeezy snitched. Oh, so Jeezy snitched on Gucci Mane? I didn't know that. I had no idea.
That's not surprising.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Agree that transgenderism is...
Yeah, but Jeezy had a sparkling reputation. Everybody snitched. Like, everybody who didn't go to Big Meech's party. Remember when Big Meech came home? And then 50 outed him for being a snitch? And all the rappers was like, nah, we ain't performing at Big Meech party because he snitched. Everybody who didn't perform at his party has been outed as a snitch system.
But they don't exist. Right? People should not... I was going to say something really nice to you. Listen, I know that you don't...
Blonde-haired Indians.
What you say, mate?
White people.
But they don't exist. Right? People should not... I was going to say something really nice to you. Listen, I know that you don't agree that transgenderism is real, but it's very real. Those people are very real. Just like you. No, they are very real, and their feelings matter, and their right to existence fucking matters, okay? Your right to existence fucking matters, even though I don't like you, it still matters. Okay. You get to be who you are because you are. Get the fuck out of here. You get to be who you are. No, he's like, why do they hate Charlie? He's coming up. He's fucking shit. He's doing shit. No, he's fucking shit. Babe, Just let me do my thing. Listen, you get to live.
No,
You
don't
get to
tell
be
us
yourself.
anything.
You get to.
You don't tell us
You get to be yourself. You get to exist as a white dude living in this fucking world. Transgender people get to fucking be who they want.
Well, no, they're not legitimate. They're not legitimately women if they are biologically men.
You don't tell me transgender people don't get to live, man.
They don't exist.
They fucking exist.
They don't.
Transgender people exist. Put
They
this on
don't.
the fucking internet. Transgender people exist. They have the right to exist. They will always
They can exist as the biological sex that they exist as, but they don't
White-
exist.
Right people should not fucking exist.
Also,
White people.
So,
whoa, calling for a white genocide. Very, very tolerant of you.
well, calling for white genocide. What you said, mate?
But they don't exist.
White people
White guy who
should
spent a lot of time in a tanning booth, I think.
Probably a Fed, man. Everybody's a Fed now. I don't know if you noticed.
Tammy.
What's this idiot doing?
Oh shit, man, that's hilarious.
What is the prank? You show your underwear, and then the prank is before he gets a chance to rape you, you turn around and say, "Hey, it's a what is that? What are they doing? Who does that? That woman needs to be. Never mind. Look at this. Ow.
Let's see.
That's how they got Emmett Till, you know. A white woman walked in front of him and did something.
Oh,
just
yeah,
like-
that probably is what Carolyn Bryant
That's
did.
what happened.
Hey, you let her know. I had plenty white women.
You ain't gotta be scared with me, baby.
Jesus is standing in the way of the power of your gratitude really being fulfilled, right? You are misplacing your gratitude. You give all of the gratitude to the blood of Jesus and his sacrifice, but our ancestors spilled their blood, sacrificed their lives, sacrificed their pride, sacrificed their dignity, and endured not only for our sake, but for the sake of your children. They had us in mind, right? And they don't get any acknowledgement. You don't acknowledge your own blood that was sacrificed. You acknowledge the sacrifice of this man. They called on him. He didn't show up. He gets all the glory. You should be glorifying your ancestors. It's literally your blood. It's in your.
Ancestor worship.
See, this is like white crime for me. When these guys start talking, I fade out. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't think they do either. You know, I start to fade.
No way.
That shit was
No
putting me
way.
to sleep.
What the fuck?
Yikes.
All right, let's see this. I love these type guys. These like dudes with like 0.1% black.
This is like a high yellow Colin Powell.
The leader of blacks.
Most black people have no clue how awesome, magnificent, and beautiful and brilliant we really are. Either we have forgotten or we never learned. No one tells us, no one teaches us that we are the children of the slaves that would not die, that we have the genetic encoding of the great kings and queens of Africa, that we were building pyramids and solving complex engineering problems when other cultures were living in huts eating each other. And in spite of the fact that America kept its foot on our throat for 350 years, we overcame that and we rose like the phoenix. So if everything happens for a reason and serves us in some special way, and we will never understand that reason looking forward, and we will only understand it looking backwards, if that is in fact true, and it is, maybe we were not brought here, maybe we were sent here. Do you believe that God would put his weakest people here to do his toughest job? I don't think so. And perhaps had God not sent black people here, America might have self-destructed by now. Most black people have no clue how awesome, magnificent, and beautiful.
He's the AI replacement for Colin Powell.
It's like black people are. It's like the only reason black people exist is so they can be a prop. And then they're going to be a prop for every single piece of bullshit. And then if you turn around and call it out, you are anti-black. Well, your end result is Tommy Sotomayor, where they literally take everything from you except for your life. I mean, that's just
For me, the black man
ridiculous.
that's so anti-black, you just feel like it's a setup. That's Clarence Thomas, the longest-serving judge on the Supreme Court, and the one most committed to rolling back the very rights that allowed him to rise. And his wife, that's the kind of white woman that's every black woman's worst nightmare. But we'll get to her. So let's start at the beginning. Clarence Thomas was born in 1948 in Pinpoint, Georgia. Dirt poor and Jim Crow raised. He grew up speaking Gullah, was raised Catholic, went to seminary, and almost became a priest. But racism followed him everywhere until he flipped. And I don't mean flipped the system. I mean flipped on us. By the time he reached Yale Law School, he started to resent affirmative action. Not the racism that made it necessary, but the fact that white folks assumed he didn't belong. Instead of challenging them, he decided to join them. And in the 1980s, he got cozy with the conservatives. Reagan appointed him to the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. But instead of protecting black workers, this man gutted the very civil rights regulations that he was hired to enforce. Then George H.W. Bush made... Sorry, you can't make this shit up. Then George H.W. Bush made him a Supreme Court justice in 1991. They call it replacing Thurgood Marshall, but he's no replacement. He took the seat. And that's when Anita Hill happened. A brilliant black woman came forward under oath and told the Senate Judiciary Committee that Clarence Thomas sexually harassed her at work. He turned around and called it high-tech lynching, thereby weaponizing black pain to cover his own misconduct. And America let him do it. He got confirmed. And ever since, he's been on a mission to dismantle every bit of progress that we've ever made. So, what has he done since he's been sitting on the bench? He voted to gut the Voting Rights Act. He voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. He wants to challenge birth control, gay marriage, and privacy rights. He openly signaled that he'd reverse Brown v. Board if he could twist the logic. And through it all, he barely talks. He lets his rulings do the damage. So let's talk corruption. This man has accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in luxury trips, yacht rides, and tuition payments for his grandnephew. All from conservative billionaire Harlan
he should be
Crow.
mayor?
He never
What's the
disclosed
point?
them. He said he didn't think he had to. This is the same man who thinks that poor black people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Fuck you, Clarence. Now let's talk about Jenny Thomas, his wife. The far-right activist who's literally involved in the January 6th coup attempt. She texted Mark Meadows telling him to stop the steal. She lobbied lawmakers to overturn Biden's win. And she's been a paid operative for some of the most dangerous conservative movements in America. This is the type of woman that'll call the cops on your kid and then cry in court. The type of woman who marries a black man and then thinks it makes her immune. And the type that black women clock instantly. Clarence Thomas is just proof that not every black face in power is for the people. He is the system wearing our skin. And the longer he sits on that bench, the more damage he does. Not just to black folks, but to anybody who thought that the Constitution was actually a guarantee. Because Clarence Thomas is not fighting for justice. He's fighting for revenge.
A black woman is talking.
He's a coon.
Man, hey, any of y'all listen to Judge Joe Brown?
Yeah, I used to, especially when he was on Tommy.
Man,
look what she did to Clarence, man. She calls him out for having a white wife, but then the one time he does hit on his sister, the strong woman in the teal dress, they lambaste him for it. You know, they won't let him go. He actually approached his sister and tried to get something going, and now they're faulting him.
I don't think that was the case. I think that sister was like kind of like hired. That was like a hit job type shit for Clarence. That's what I think. But look, let me tell you. So I remember I was on one of these panels and they were talking about black heroes. A lot of people were saying, who is a black hero that you would use? And, you know, and this is fresh off talking about how black people ain't shit. You know, not how black people ain't shit, because these are a bunch of let's just say Democrat kind of black dudes. And they were like, what heroes would you use? And nobody could think of any because everybody wanted to use athletes and shit like that. And I remember I was just thinking to myself, Judge Joe Brown. That should be a good person to look at as inspiration to a black person. And then I think about Clarence Thomas. Now, Judge Joe Brown, despite the fact that he's real based as hell, and he's always gonna tell you that, like, as a man, you're gonna have to go out and get the girl. You're gonna go out and have to get, as he says, get some nookie. But so he's always telling you about, like, have you go out, you got to go out and get laid because that's going to make you a man. Judge Joe Brown got some serious heat for Clarence Thomas, and the reason why he has heat for him is because Judge Joe Brown claims that, like, he was the one who kind of like set up the affirmative action stuff. So Judge Joe Brown got smoked for Clarence Thomas because Clarence Thomas ran right behind him and took all that shit apart.
Ran right behind him.
Ever meet a black man that's so anti-black you just feel like it's...
Let's see. All right, let's see this one right here.
I don't know.
Ain't nothing more American than black folks. That's just facts. Built this whole damn country for free. Every brick, every rail, every road laid with blood and sweat that never got a paycheck. And what did they get in return? Chains, whips, red lines, nooses, Jim Crow, COINTELPRO, prisons, knees on necks, bullets in backs. Ain't no other group forced to love a country that hates them like this. That's strength. That's America. 400 years of free labor built the economy. Cotton alone was worth $3 billion in 1860. That is trillions today. Wall Street, founded on slave trade. The White House, built by enslaved hands. Every dollar ever printed got black labor backed into it. But tell a racist that and they act like it's a history opinion. They fought in every war. Crispus Attucks bled first for this country in 1770. Black soldiers saved America in the Civil War. Hell, World War II fought Hitler while getting lynched at home. Vietnam drafted in disproportionate numbers. The thanks they got: GI Bills blocked, housing loans denied, neighborhoods flooded with heroin by their own government. Look it up.
That hair wrong.
And you still got racists yelling, "Go back to Africa," like they ain't the original stolen property. Malcolm X said it best. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock landed on us. Ain't that the truth?
Christ.
Black folks got every right to hate this place, but they stay. They fight. They create. They revolutionize. America wouldn't exist without
All right,
them.
give it up, buddy.
And it damn sure would collapse without them.
Log
I
off.
disagree.
All right. This dude is clearly either a homosexual or Jew screw, or both.
You think he's Jewish? Maybe he could be Jewish.
I mean, yes, he's either that or homosexual, but he's not a regular white guy.
His head would fit a small hat very well. Looks like.
Of course it would. Yes.
Maybe it's molded that way from years of wearing one.
It's crazy. It seems like I've noticed a lot of that going around. You know, if they're not just sitting here saying that, they're posing as like, I'm a far right Christian activist. I'm a far right activist. I'm a far right white extremist, and I believe in the Old Testament. And even though I'm a Christian nationalist, I'm atheist. I'm like, okay, buddy, okay.
Yeah, I just like to be able to like take the train without getting accosted by some people. That's like I don't know what political party that belongs to at this point, but that's my
I don't
prime
know.
directive.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Ain't nothing more American than black folks.
I don't blame you for falling asleep earlier. That dude was boring as shit, and the one before that, they were both boring. I fell asleep on the other one actually.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, man, we may have covered all of the good shit for today, man. Well, the Pats looking good, man. Shout out to the Pats. Let me see something. Salute to Raw Rodriguez once again, man. Shout out to Raw Rodriguez. Um, what time is it? Oh, it's 1:24. Oh man.
I can't hear anything. Can anybody hear me? Ground control. Ground control to Measure Time. Any of y'all can hear me? No, I don't think y'all can hear me. How the hell can y'all? How has this happened to me twice? I'm just here chilling. That's what's up. So what's going on, man? What y'all been up to? What y'all talking about? What y'all listen to? I'm not really black pilled yet, but I do like talking shit. And a lot of people are stuck in their echo chambers. Man, yeah. I was listening to, I'm told you I'll be in them YouTube streets. So conservative, he's been getting a lot of burn. Apparently, he got a strike on his channel. That shit was real fun to watch because he's always debating these male feminists. I mean, it's really disgusting, but I guess he just enjoys doing it. As a matter of fact, I would say that conservative is like a Andrew Wilson of well, he's an Andrew Wilson of the Negro, the son Wilson. So yeah, he got that strike. It was funny. He tries to, it's like I guess it's his way of keeping the manosphere alive. Which I mean, I've always been and to an extent. I think that Oxa piece of the manosphere, but no, we're the nation. We're on top of it. We're on top of the crime. I mean, I use Ak as a source so much, people just roll their eyes when they see me because they already know I'm coming in. I'm coming in knowing what's going on. They know nothing. They know CNN. They know the shade room. Uh, Such people don't know much, but it's cool though. But yeah, y'all keep up with sports. Anything going on in football? I've, li- as of lately, I've been listening to a few leftist leaning people. I mean, Jimmy Dore, he's not a leftist, but he's still a good person to listen to. He's got good people, strong people. I think Kim Iverson is great. Who else? Oh, shout out to the backlash with Rebecca. Any issue. I'm telling you, as a Sun man, of course we know as a Sun man, the only way things can get working as a Sun. Oh, I see Yak in the chat. As a Sun man, we know the only way things can get fixed is if the glider gets back into control. I be watching. I watch all these police scanners, and these police with the traffic stops. You here?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh shit, my bad. My shit was muted. Oh man, what was I talking about? Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't even know if people could hear me or not. I was just talking, but I'm talking about how we think the gliders really need to put their best foot forward and reclaim reclaim their reclaim their spot in the hierarchy. So the Sun Man can kind of assume their position, whatever that position may be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just want gliders to run the country because they're the only ones that can run the country.
Yeah, they are. But
Yeah.
but you know what but the problem is that I think the gliders they have kind of like an issue with their women controlling their women. Their
Everybody's
women
having
like
that. Everybody's
but I
having that.
think yeah they are, but I think the difference is that as a collective uh uh umbritas, they're not gonna let the world bash their umbrita man. As much as Sun women, as much my ex-wife done called me all kinds of shit, said shit that probably no other woman has ever even said in my life.
Don't bank on it. Don't bank on it.
But if other people, if the world says that, just about black, it's like she would,
Right.
sit here and defend it,
Yeah.
defend
Yeah,
me.
I got you. I know exactly what you mean.
Gliders don't have that. They don't have that. I don't know if they do. Maybe they do.
Nah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. That's true though. Yeah, that's a good point. That women their women aren't loyal. Yeah, them hoes ain't loyal.
No, that's the issue.
Concerned about riot.
Good. Good.
No, no, I was just saying that's it. That's just kind of like the gliders are gonna have to deal with it. And I think the gliders know, because I've been in them Twitter streets, and one thing there ain't nothing that's gonna piss a glider off more than a cute little innocent looking glider, with some sunscreen, with some with some YN. So I don't know.
Concern about rising temperatures on planet Earth heated up a hearing here in Washington today. For years, scientists have theorized about the dangers of the so-called greenhouse effect, the warming.
Y'all remember that? Who remembers the greenhouse effect?
I don't know about it.
Oh yeah, that's what they used to talk about back in the 80s. They used to tell us we was going the temperature was going to heat up, and the fucking all the snow caps was going to fucking melt, all the glaciers was going to melt,
same story.
The whole fucking continent was going to be underwater by like the year 2000. It's a different story. It's actually a different story. But if this was their version of climate change back in the 80s.
Of the Earth's atmosphere due to the burning of coal and oil. And in recent months, as David Culhane reports, research has uncovered facts to support that theory.
Many scientists claim that the temperature of the Earth's atmosphere has been rising over the past 100 years, that the great sheets of pack ice in Antarctica are melting at a much more rapid rate than previously. And finally, that the sea level has been rising with increasing swiftness over the past 40 years. If these scientists are correct, about 25% of Florida would be flooded, along with low-lying areas all over the world. Climate changes could produce widespread disruption of agriculture. The American farm belt might be too dry, and the wheat and corn crops would have to move to Canada. Scientists blame the odorless, colorless carbon dioxide gas for these potentially dangerous changes around the planet. It is the greenhouse effect. The gas allows sunlight to filter down and warm the Earth. But like the glass of a greenhouse, the carbon dioxide tends to trap heat so that it cannot rise into space. The scientists maintain that the coal, oil, and gas we've been burning for 100 years have produced more and more carbon dioxide and helped overheat the Earth. Now, some political leaders endorse the demands for more CO2 monitoring stations, like this one in Hawaii. And they share the anger of the scientists at Reagan administration budget cuts at a time when they feel closer to getting definitive answers.
We are not doing the kind of research that we should be doing to determine whether or not these scientists who are so alarmed are correct in their...
So we were supposed to be underwater 20 years ago.
Yeah, man. And then it was 10 years before that. There's stuff they talked about back in the 70s. And I think it had to do with Buffalo, New York. But it's just the same song and dance. This is just
Is he what? Hey, what if they were just on drugs? Like
In Africa, they have their own little drugs or whatever, some cheap shit. And what if that's just what was going on with them?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
that could be how they do it. Measurements.
Well,
That would have worked.
yeah.
That would have worked if there's no rulers.
It's just that there's a saw like right there where he's at, and it's a small piece of wood that he cut. So I don't understand how. Yeah, I don't know.
What don't I don't know what you mean. Like, what are you just? You
I
sound more
I, I
like
just
one of
don't.
them. You sound more like
Yeah,
one of them.
I'm just saying that piece of wood. It seems like they could have just brought that piece of wood right there and cut a little closer since the saw was already. Maybe I'm part of the DNA and I'm just thinking to
Yeah,
myself, oh,
you sounded like you sounded like the third member of this construction crew, man.
I guess so.
Press
Jesus
one, man.
Christ.
You the third member of the construction crew, yeah.
Yeah, this guy walks all the way over there with this pretty small piece of board. He has a saw right next to him, and he couldn't just bring that saw a little bit closer, maybe right next to that little hole that they're trying to saw. But I don't know. Maybe the white man. Maybe we really need the white man's measurements.
Yeah, definitely. Yikes. Yikes. Nothing surprising me though. Like
No, it
that
shouldn't. So it shouldn't be the case with me too. But is there hopium still in me or something? What the hell is going on here? I didn't gone soft. Who Kansas City play today?
Detroit.
Oh,
It's always controversial whenever they play.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a game of inches. And Patrick Mahomes, he's kind of a winner. So things are just gonna kind of go his way in a game of inches. It's just gonna fall his direction.
Yeah, man. Yikes. Um,
outrage. The mob that tried unsuccessfully to cancel Shiloh Hendricks was far, far more outraged over Shiloh saying the N-word than they were over Carmelo Anthony stabbing somebody to death. Indeed, many of them actively supported Carmelo Anthony murdering Austin Metcalf. They rewarded him financially for it. And this is all part of the preposterous racial double standard that has defined American culture for generations now. It is a double standard that declares it a greater crime for a white person to say a word than for a black person to kill a white person. In fact, killing a white person could even be a just punishment for saying that word, according to these standards. The rules surrounding this word, the moral weight granted to it, the arbitrary guidelines drawn around it, it's all nonsense. It's all indefensible on both moral and intellectual grounds. People are fed up with it. The mob that tried...
It's hard to tell when gliders are fed up.
You know what I think that gliders should do? Because in school and things like that, it seems like gliders always get into these confrontations with these feral son teens that just fantasize kicking the crap out of them, stomping them out, pulling every strand of hair. It's like before the thing just pops off, the gliders need to get in whatever it is that they got to say and say it doesn't really matter. And whenever the Sun team tries to grandstand and try and make some kind of moral point, the glider just needs to say it doesn't matter. You hate me anyway, and then and then sit back and listen to the Sun team unravel. Talk about I don't hate you. I don't think about you at all. As a matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck your kids and your mama. They just go into whatever it is. But they need to start saying, I don't care what it is. You already hate me. Just so they can sit here and say, no, I don't hate you. And they can just start lying to themselves, exposing themselves. I don't know, but they need to fight back in some kind of way. And they need to just accept the fact that they want to pull every strand of hair out of their head.
I'm watching people be like, black people kill each other. It's 90%. You're going to find 85 to 90% for every racial demographic in this country. Because, we live around. Yeah, like, niggas live around niggas. Asian people live around Asian people. White people live around white people.
The black homicide rate is 653% higher than the white murder rate, and 65% higher than the Hispanic murder rate. When comparing homicides per 100,000, the current homicide rate for black Americans is 26.6%, which is 4 times higher than the national average and 7 times higher than their white counterparts. When it comes to arrests for murder, African Americans outnumber white people. I know you might say,
but that difference is relatively small. It's only about a 200-person difference.
That's fine until you realize that white people outnumber black people 5 to 1, yet black people still manage to kill more people than white people. And I know one of your favorite things to bring up is how many white mass shooters exist. Look at the rate per 100,000, it's 0.09. For black mass shooters, when you look at the rate per 100,000, it's 0.09. This means that black people commit mass shootings at the same rate as white people, even though, as we mentioned earlier, white people outnumber black people 5 to 1. Every time the numbers match, the rate is 5 times higher for black people than it is for white people. So yes, when people want to mention that there is a crime problem in the black community, the statistics, not racism, back that up. And for someone such as yourself that is so critical of everything that white people do in this country, and even goes to the length to say that white supremacy is destroying this country, let's look into some numbers, shall we? From the year 1900 to 2023, the Ku Klux Klan was responsible for 3,700 black lynchings. In the year 2023 alone, 12,000 black people were killed by other black people. If white supremacy is such a problem in America, please tell me how black people kill 4 times the numbers the Klan killed in 100 years, every single year.
This dude needs to stop and go into detail on what the Klan lynched these people for. You can't just grace right over that. No. Read out some of the charges.
Yeah, the lynchings were like I'm not gonna beat him up. He did good work on that video. You don't want to.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want to
nitpick.
Yeah, not him. Like, because you don't want to discourage him, man. He's on the right path. But yeah, like those lynchings, black people do like to act like those lynchings were just random, or just because they were black.
Yeah,
and literally, like none of them were like none of them that we saw have been just because the person was black. Like none of them.
I know.
But whatever. Let's you know what? Let's we're gonna go ahead and end this tonight, man. Salute to you guys. We'll come back tomorrow, man. We'll come back tomorrow, man. No white crime tomorrow, man. Only black crime, man. No white crime tomorrow, man. Only black crime.
Yeah, say, what else is new? Only black crime. Only black crime. There's a good old fashioned day in the gun memorial. Hey, salute to you.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. See you later.
All right, for sure.
Black Columbo out.